mattoncino 24 che sceglie la città, un pezzo alla volta, non si fermerà, sempre con te, nel cielo e nel cuore, mattoncino 24.
All'Italy Brick Expo di Roma, al Palazzo dei Congressi, una grandissima mostra di mattoncini Lego. I grandi dei grandi e tra i grandi. Rocco Buttliere e il suo progetto. SPQR Imperial Roma. Rocco Buttliere è un artista, architetto statunitense che utilizza i mattoncini Lego come mezzo di espressione. Laureato in architettura, vive a Chicago, le sue opere combinano ricerca storica, precisione architettonica e design urbano. Ma che cos'è SPQR? È l'acronimo di Senatus Populusque Romanus, il Senato, e il Popolo di Roma, emblema ufficiale dell'antica Roma. Il progetto SPQR Imperial Rome è la ricostruzione in Lego della città di Roma in età imperiale realizzata in scala microscopica 1 a 650. Ci sono voluti oltre 300.000 mattoncini, tempi di realizzazione più di 2 anni e mezzo di lavoro, ricrea un'ampia parte della città antica includendo il Foro Romano, il Colosseo, il Palatino e altri quartieri centrali. Buttliere si è basato su mappe antiche come la Forma Urbis, modelli archeologici, ad esempio il Plastico di Roma, e studi di topografia storica. Un grande tra i grandi a Roma, all'Italy Brick Expo, mattoncino 24 vi porta all'interno delle mura di SPQR.
It is microscale, about 1 to 650, so certainly there is some detail that gets lost here and there. Like in the forum, there might be 10 columns in a row, but you only have room for 8 or something like that. So a lot of times I like to increase the contrast of the bricks, which comes in the form of color. So I'll try and emphasize the color of different marbles like Cipollino, Giallo Antico, and make those extra saturated so that those details pop a little bit more than they would normally. And that helps to increase the contrast between different architectural elements and kind of increase the amount of detail. So, yeah, there are about 300,000 bricks so far in this piece, and it is quite challenging to source all of those bricks. So I tend to use the entire historical catalog of different Lego parts and tons of different colors and things like that. Sometimes I do custom gold colors, like for the Dome of the Pantheon, for instance. Those are by a guy, I think he does, what is it called? Chrome Block City out of Poland, who does that for me. And there are also some parts that Lego themselves don't make in specific colors that maybe I'll go to Go Bricks to get, a color that Lego don't quite make in just the right piece. And but for the most part, they all are different colors that you could source on your own. So I'd say that the main source I rely on is the Atlas of Ancient Rome by Carandini, as well as the Forma Urbis by Rodolfo Lanciani, which itself is based on the ancient Forma Urbis Romae. And between those, you get a good idea of what the major monuments look like. And then there is a lot of filling in the blanks in different areas. So for that, I reference things like Il Plastico by Gismondi, Jean-Claude Gauvin, I believe it's pronounced. He does artistic reconstructions, drawings of ancient Rome, and I kind of, from those and then different text-based sources, cobble it all together. And there is a lot of fill in the blank as well for the unknown areas. I'll look at places like Ostia Antica and Pompeii where things are pretty well preserved, and you can understand how a lot of the miscellaneous buildings might have looked based on that. So there are certainly some non-Lego elements here, especially the Buttliere around the different amphitheaters and theaters throughout the city. So those are constructed of fishing pole elements for the timbers that span out over the cavea, over the seating. And then I take custom cloth in different colors, like purple for the Theater of Pompey, dark red for the Theater of Balbus, etc. And I take those cloths and I drew the shape of the sails in AutoCAD and had that laser cut onto pieces of fabric and then strung it all together using string. And so there's two forms of non-Lego medium here, including the string and the cloth for those. So in terms of interactive features like lighting, I have seen some museums that do large historical dioramas where they'll have a light show every so often that will illuminate different landmarks or different roads throughout a city. So that's one possibility here. The idea is eventually to put my work in museums, and you never quite know. You would need an overhead lighting situation to do something like that, but I think that would be pretty cool eventually.
Rocco, Lego is passion. Lego, your passion.
I'd say my passion is architecture. The bricks just happen to be the medium that I work in, right? So if it weren't Lego, I don't know what it would be, but I studied architecture, and so that's kind of where it starts for me.
Thank you, Rocco.
Grazie mille.